Imperial Porcelain in the Ming Dynasty by Miranda at Quinnipiac University. The Ming Dynasty existed from 1368 to 1644 AD. It was founded by Emperor Taizu, who came from incredibly humble beginnings of extreme poverty and worked his way up through a rebel military group to become the founding emperor of one of China's last dynasties. Emperor Taizu recognized the need to expand trade with other countries. Two main items which China could export with great profit were silk and porcelain. It was at this point that there were frequent trades in goods with European merchants. Ming-era porcelain was primarily made at the Imperial Porcelain Factory, which was ideally located where natural materials for the porcelain clay and fuel for the kilns were abundant. The factory was founded during the first year the Ming Dynasty was established. Apart from porcelain, one of the main wonders the Ming Dynasty contributed to, which we can still appreciate today, is the Great Wall of China. By the late 1300s, it was clear that major refurbishments needed to be done to the wall in order to preserve it, and this was an ongoing masonry project of the Ming emperors. The second major project was upkeeping the tradition of decorative imperial porcelain. The method for making porcelain had existed since the Tang Dynasty. However, it was at the imperial factory that innovations to the porcelain-making process were made. At times, emperors would order tens of thousands of porcelain pieces for palace use, decoration, gifts, and rituals. Pieces featured the current emperor's reign mark somewhere on the finished piece, which had not existed prior to the Ming Dynasty. Glaze innovations happened throughout the Ming Dynasty, moving away from a clear glaze or single-color decoration. Additionally, major porcelain exports reached an all-time high with Europe. The Chinese porcelain-making process. Porcelain was discovered in China. A soft, almost pure white clay found in China was mixed with light gray and off-white stones, which were crushed and kneaded together to be molded into pottery pieces. They would be sculpted on a pottery wheel, then sent to the kilns. The kilns were fueled with pine wood, which was a common resource as well. The pieces were fired to about 2,350 degrees Fahrenheit. The iconic blue glaze featured on many porcelain pieces we can still see in collections today were from cobalt. The original use of cobalt on pottery came from the Islamic world, which helps to mark the increased trade that began during the Ming Dynasty. Recognizing Ming Dynasty porcelain. As mentioned previously, the vast majority of porcelain pieces produced during the Ming Dynasty were created at the Imperial Porcelain Factory and featured the current emperor's imperial reign mark. Paying close attention to the pigmentation used for decoration on porcelain is also a strong indicator of whether or not a piece was created during the Ming Dynasty. Popularity for the cobalt blue decoration reached its peak during the first half of the Ming Dynasty. Then colors other than blue are also an indicator that the piece was likely made during or after the Ming Dynasty, since pigmentation innovations were made at the imperial factory, allowing for more layers of glaze and various pigments. As we'll see in the upcoming examples, symbolism featured as a subject matter on porcelain can also be indicators of the pottery's origins. This classic imperial porcelain tray is decorated with the iconic cobalt blue pigmentation. It features a traditional Chinese landscape with brush strokes commonly found only at the Imperial Porcelain Factory. As for this dish, it features a five-toed dragon, which was decoration reserved specifically for Chinese emperors and their close associates. This specific dish was created for the Xuande Emperor. This similar piece of pottery features a red glaze and was made for the Xuande Emperor as well. This pigment was achieved by painting an iron-pigmented enamel over the glaze and fired 2 separate times. Both pieces were made sometime between 1426 and 1435 AD, which marks a time when various pigments began to popularize at the Imperial Porcelain Factory. The Xuande Emperor popularized porcelain decorated in red due to attributing red as a symbol of imperial power. Porcelain pottery pieces from the Ming Dynasty remain great works of art today. Many pieces still in existence can be found at the Smithsonian's Freer Sacker Gallery in Washington, D.C., where the past 3 examples can be found in person. When considering whether or not a porcelain piece is made in the Ming Dynasty, remember to consider decorative color, imperial reign marks, and symbolism within the artwork. Thank you.